In a dark and twisted world, a young human girl named Lily wandered through the dense alien forest. She was small, with tangled hair and wide, frightened eyes. The trees loomed high above her, their leaves shimmering in strange colors under the light of 3 suns. This place was not her home. It felt like a nightmare. Lily had once been part of a small group of humans, trying to escape to safety. They had traveled far, but fear and mistrust grew among them. When danger struck, shadows of unknown creatures lurking in the night, her companions decided to abandon her. They ran, leaving her behind. Alone and terrified, she struggled to find her way in this strange land. The forest was alive with sounds. Strange creatures rustled in the bushes, their eyes glowing in the darkness. Lily could hear their low growls, echoing like whispers in the night. She clutched her small bag tightly, which held nothing but a few scraps of food. Her stomach growled in hunger, reminding her of the days when she had enough to eat. Now each day felt like a fight for survival. As she walked deeper into the forest, the shadows grew longer. Lily's heart raced with every snap of a twig. She knew she had to keep moving, but fear held her back. What if the creatures saw her? What if they wanted to hurt her? Her mind filled with scary images of what might happen. She shook her head, trying to push away the thoughts, but they clung to her like a bad dream. Suddenly, a loud roar broke the silence. Lily froze. It came from just ahead, and the sound sent chills down her spine. She knew she couldn't stay here. With shaking legs, she turned to run, her feet stumbling over the uneven ground. She had to escape whatever danger was near. As she sprinted through the trees, Lily's heart pounded in her chest. She could hear the creature behind her, crashing through the underbrush. Panic filled her, and she pushed herself to run faster. But the forest was thick, and her legs were tired. She stumbled, falling to the ground. Pain shot through her ankle, but she didn't have time to cry. She quickly scrambled to her feet, heart racing, and continued her desperate flight. After what felt like an eternity, the sounds of pursuit faded. Lily found herself in a small clearing, panting and exhausted. She leaned against a tree, trying to catch her breath. The cool air felt refreshing against her hot skin, but the fear remained. She was still alone. As she looked around, her eyes caught something unusual. In the shadows, a figure moved quietly. It was tall and muscular, with skin that seemed to shimmer in the light. Fear gripped her again. Was it another creature? She held her breath, waiting for it to reveal itself. To her surprise, the figure stepped into the light. It was an alien, unlike any she had ever seen. Its eyes were fierce but held a glimmer of curiosity. The creature had a wild look, with thick hair and sharp features. It didn't look like the other aliens she had heard about. Instead of attacking her, it simply watched her, as if trying to understand who she was. Lily's heart raced, but something in the alien's gaze made her pause. It didn't seem hostile. Slowly, she took a step back, unsure of what to do. The alien moved closer, its stance calm and steady. It raised a hand as if to show it meant no harm. "Please," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "I'm alone." The alien tilted its head, studying her. For the first time, Lily felt a spark of hope. Maybe this creature could help her. Maybe she wasn't as alone as she thought. But the fear still lingered, reminding her that trust was hard to come by in this world. In that moment, as they stood facing each other, Lily realized she had to make a choice. Would she let fear control her, or would she take a chance on this mysterious alien? The darkness of the forest surrounded them, but a small light flickered in her heart. Lily stared at the alien, her heart pounding in her chest. The creature stood tall, its strong form blending into the shadows of the forest. Its eyes, bright and intense, seemed to pierce through her fear. She took a shaky breath, unsure of what to do next. The alien moved closer, cautiously stepping into the light. Its skin glimmered, reflecting shades of green and blue, like the leaves around them. It looked wild, yet regal, and Lily could see it was unlike any being she had ever encountered. The creature had long hair that flowed like water, and its features were sharp and striking. "Please don't hurt me," Lily whispered, her voice trembling. She expected the alien to roar or strike, but instead, it paused, tilting its head slightly, as if trying to understand her words. Slowly, the alien extended a hand. Its fingers were long and claw-like, but held no threat. Lily took a cautious step back, unsure if she should trust this mysterious being. But deep down, she felt an odd sense of safety. Maybe this alien wasn't like the others. As the alien drew closer, it spoke in a low, rumbling voice. "Human girl, why are you alone in this dark place?" Lily blinked, surprised to hear it speak. The words were strange, yet clear. I was left behind," she stammered. "My friends." They ran away. "I don't know where to go." The alien's eyes softened, and Lily could see a flicker of understanding in its gaze. "You are not safe here. This forest is dangerous. I can help you." Lily hesitated, but felt a glimmer of hope. "Help me?" she echoed, searching the alien's expression for any sign of deceit. "Yes," it replied, stepping closer. "I am called Kyle. I am a Primal. I do not harm those who cannot fight back." The way Kyle spoke made Lily feel a bit more secure. There was strength in its voice, yet it felt gentle. Lily took a deep breath, still unsure. "What does Primal mean?" she asked, curious despite her fear. "It means I live by my instincts," Kale explained. "I am different from others of my kind. They do not see humans as equals." There was a hint of sadness in its voice, and Lily sensed that Kale was also an outsider in its world. "What do you want from me?" Lily asked, her eyes narrowing. "Nothing," Kale replied firmly. "I seek only to protect. You are alone and afraid. I cannot let you face this danger by yourself." Lily looked into Kale's eyes, feeling a mix of fear and trust. "But why would you help me? Don't you want to be with your own kind?" Kale shook its head slowly. "My kind do not understand compassion. They see humans as weak. I do not believe that. I have seen the strength of your spirit." Lily's heart swelled with emotion. For the first time, someone acknowledged her struggle. I don't feel strong," she admitted, her voice softening. "You are stronger than you think," Kale replied, stepping even closer. "You survived alone in this harsh world. That is courage." Tears filled Lily's eyes, and she blinked them away. She had felt so lost and forgotten, but here stood this powerful creature willing to protect her. "What do we do now?" she asked, feeling a new determination rise within her. "First we find shelter," Kale said, glancing around the darkening forest. "You cannot stay here. The night brings more dangers. Come with me." With a mix of fear and hope, Lily nodded. Together they stepped deeper into the forest. As they walked, Kyle moved gracefully, gliding through the underbrush. Lily struggled to keep up, but felt a sense of security in the alien's presence. "Why did you come to this place?" Kyle asked as they walked. "I wanted to escape," Lily said, "but I never thought I would end up here alone. Sometimes the path we take leads us to unexpected places," Kale replied thoughtfully. "We must learn to adapt." As they ventured further, Lily felt her fear slowly fade. Kale's strength and calm presence filled her with hope. Perhaps she was not as helpless as she once believed. In the heart of this alien forest, a bond was beginning to form between the girl and the primal alien. Together they would face the unknown, and for the first time, Lily felt she was not alone anymore. Lily walked alongside Kale, her heart still racing from their narrow escape. The forest around them was alive with strange sounds, chirps and growls that echoed through the trees. But with Kale by her side, she felt a strange comfort in the chaos. They moved through the underbrush, and Lily couldn't help but glance at the alien beside her. Kale was unlike anyone she had ever met. Its presence was both intimidating and reassuring. Every time it glanced back at her with those bright eyes, Lily felt a little more at ease. She admired the way it navigated the forest as if the darkness and danger were nothing more than an old friend. After some time, they reached a small cave nestled between two large rocks. The entrance was hidden by thick vines, making it hard to spot. Kale paused, gesturing for Lily to enter first. "This will be our shelter for the night," it said, its voice steady. Lily stepped inside the cave, feeling the cool air wash over her. It was dark but safe, away from the dangers outside. As her eyes adjusted, she noticed the walls were rough, but it felt cozy. "This is perfect," she said, relief flooding her voice. Kyle followed her in, its figure looming protectively at the entrance. "We can rest here until morning. I will keep watch." Lily nodded, grateful for the alien's vigilance. As she sat down against the cool stone, she realized just how tired she was. The events of the past days weighed heavily on her. Kale noticed and spoke softly, "You have been through much. Rest, and I will guard you." With a sigh, Lily leaned her head against the wall and closed her eyes. She felt safe for the first time in days. When she opened her eyes again, the cave was lit by the soft glow of bioluminescent plants growing along the walls. The light danced like stars, making the cave feel magical. Kale had found some fruits nearby, placing them gently at her feet. "Eat," it urged, its tone gentle. "You need strength." Lily picked up a fruit, curious about its appearance. It was bright purple with a smooth surface. "What is this?" she asked, examining it. "Food," Kale replied simply. "Try it! It will give you energy." She took a cautious bite, surprised by the sweet taste. "It's delicious," she exclaimed, a smile breaking across her face. Kyle watched her closely, its eyes reflecting the cave's glow. As they shared the meal, they began to talk. Lily learned more about Kale's world. "We live in tribes," Kale explained. "Each tribe believes in strength and power, but I believe in understanding. That is why I am alone." Lily felt a pang of sadness for the alien. "You're alone because you care?" she asked, trying to understand. "Yes," Kale replied, its gaze distant. "I see the beauty in all beings, even those who are different. Humans are often seen as weak, but you are not. I can see your strength." Lily felt a warmth in her heart. "Thank you," she said softly. "That means a lot to me. I've always been told I'm weak. It's nice to hear something different." They continued to share stories, laughter breaking through the tension of their pasts. Lily told Kale about her life on Earth, her family, and the friends she had lost. Kale listened intently, occasionally sharing its own experiences. The more they spoke, the more Lily felt the walls around her heart begin to crumble. As night deepened, Kale stood and moved toward the entrance of the cave. "I will keep watch now. You should rest," it insisted, the determination in its voice clear. Lily smiled, feeling a deep bond growing between them. "I'll be okay. I want to stay awake with you," she said, not wanting to be apart from her newfound friend. Kale turned to her, a hint of a smile breaking through its serious demeanor. "Then we will keep watch together." For hours, they shared stories and watched the stars twinkle through the cave's entrance. They laughed and joked, and Lily felt the fear and loneliness of the past begin to fade away. In that moment, she realized that she had found not just a protector, but a true friend. As dawn approached, the darkness began to lift. Together, they faced the new day, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. With Kale by her side, Lily felt a sense of hope. She was no longer alone. She had found companionship in the most unlikely of places. As dawn broke over the alien forest, Lily and Kale prepared to leave their cave. The air was fresh and cool, filled with the sounds of chirping creatures waking up. Lily felt a mix of excitement and fear. They had grown close, but she knew the danger of this world was far from over. "Where are we going today?" Lily asked, stretching her arms. She felt stronger now thanks to the food and rest. Kale looked serious, its eyes scanning the surroundings. "We must find a safer place. The others will be searching for you." "Others?" Lily frowned, remembering the fear she felt when her friends abandoned her. "You mean the aliens?" "Yes," Kale replied. "They see humans as weak and want to capture you. I cannot let that happen." Lily's heart raced at the thought. "What if they find us?" Kale's expression hardened. "Then I will protect you. But we must be smart. Follow me closely." They began their journey deeper into the forest. As they moved, Kale taught Lily about the plants and animals around them. She marveled at how the aliens seemed to blend with nature, moving silently and gracefully. With every step, she felt more at home. But as they walked, the peaceful atmosphere began to shift. The sounds of the forest changed. The cheerful chirping turned into low growls and rustling in the bushes. Lily glanced at Kyle, sensing the tension in the air. Suddenly, a loud roar shattered the silence. Kale immediately halted, its body tense and alert. "Stay close!" it commanded, positioning itself in front of Lily. From the shadows emerged a group of fierce-looking aliens. They were larger than Kale, their skin tough and scaled. Sharp claws glinted in the light as they advanced, their eyes locked onto Lily. "There she is!" one of them shouted, pointing a clawed finger. "Get her!" Panic surged through Lily, but Kale stood its ground. "You will not take her!" it yelled, the strength in its voice echoing through the trees. The aliens laughed, their voices harsh and mocking. "What can a weak human do? You are foolish to protect her!" Before they could charge, Kale leaped forward, its powerful body moving with incredible speed. It tackled the nearest alien, knocking it to the ground. The other aliens hesitated, surprised by Kale's strength. "Run, Lily!" Kale shouted, grappling with the alien on the ground. Lily froze for a moment, fear gripping her. But then she remembered the bond they had formed. Kale was fighting for her. She couldn't abandon it now. Summoning her courage, she turned to find a way to help. "Get away from my friend!" Lily yelled, picking up a sharp rock from the ground. She threw it with all her might at one of the aliens. It hit the creature in the side, startling it. The alien turned, surprised and angry. "You dare to attack us?" It growled, its attention shifting from Kale to her. Kale took advantage of the distraction, delivering a powerful kick that sent another alien crashing to the ground. "Good job, Lily." "Keep fighting!" It encouraged, panting as it continued to battle. Lily's heart raced as she grabbed another rock. "Stay back!" she shouted, trying to sound brave. The aliens regrouped, realizing they were being outmatched. They charged at Lily, their eyes filled with rage. But Kale stood firm, its body tense and ready to protect her. "Stay behind me!" it commanded. In a flurry of claws and movement, the fight escalated. Kale fought fiercely, using its strength and agility to take on multiple aliens at once. Lily watched in awe as Kale dodged and attacked with impressive skill. But the numbers were against them. One alien managed to slip past Kale and lunged at Lily. "Get her!" it screamed. Just as it reached for her, Kale reacted. With a powerful leap, it tackled the alien to the ground, saving Lily at the last second. The impact sent them both sprawling, but Kale quickly regained its footing. Breathless and covered in scratches, Kale looked at Lily, determination shining in its eyes. "We can't lose! Fight for your life!" Inspired by Kale's bravery, Lily picked up a stick, gripping it tightly. "I won't let you down," she yelled, rushing forward to strike the nearest alien. The fight raged on, a chaotic blur of claws and strength. Lily fought alongside Kale, adrenaline coursing through her veins. Together, they pushed back against the fierce aliens, refusing to give in. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the remaining aliens began to retreat, realizing they were no match for the fierce duo. With a last roar of anger, they disappeared into the trees, leaving Lily and Kale standing together, breathless and battered. "We did it!" Lily exclaimed, her heart racing. Kale turned to her, a proud look in its eyes. "You fought bravely. You are stronger than you think." Lily smiled, feeling a warmth in her chest. In that moment, she knew they could face anything together. After the fierce battle, the forest fell quiet. The only sounds were the soft rustle of leaves and the distant calls of creatures waking up. Lily stood beside Kale, her heart still racing from the fight. They had faced danger together, and now a sense of relief washed over her. "Are you okay?" Kyle asked, turning to her. Its voice was softer now, concern evident in its bright eyes. Lily nodded, brushing dirt and leaves off her clothes. "I think so. That was intense." Kale smiled, a rare expression that lit up its face. "You fought well. You are not weak." The words made Lily feel strong. She had faced her fears and helped Kyle in battle. "Thank you," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you." Kale nodded, its expression serious once more. "But we must move quickly. The others will return, and we cannot stay here." Lily felt a shiver of fear, but pushed it aside. "Where should we go?" "There is a place I know," Kale replied. "A hidden valley where we can be safe for a while. We can rest and plan our next move." "Let's go then," Lily said, determination rising within her. She wanted to find a new path, one that led to safety and freedom. They began their journey again, moving swiftly through the forest. The trees seemed less intimidating now, and the sounds of the wildlife felt like a comforting backdrop. With Kale at her side, Lily felt a sense of purpose. As they walked, Kale shared stories about its home. In the valley, there are beautiful flowers and clear streams. It is peaceful there, a place to heal. "Sounds amazing," Lily said, imagining a safe haven away from danger. "I can't wait to see it." Hours passed, and soon they arrived at the hidden valley. As they stepped into the clearing, Lily gasped. The sight was breathtaking. Lush green grass covered the ground, and colorful flowers bloomed everywhere. A crystal-clear stream flowed gently through the center, sparkling in the sunlight. "It's beautiful!" Lily exclaimed, running toward the stream. She knelt down to splash her face with the cool water, feeling refreshed. "I can't believe we made it." Kale watched her with a soft expression. "This is your new home, at least for now." Lily smiled, feeling a sense of joy and relief wash over her. "I feel safe here." Thank you for bringing me." They explored the valley together, laughing and enjoying their newfound freedom. For the first time in a long while, Lily felt lighthearted. They found a spot under a large tree and sat down, enjoying the warmth of the sun on their faces. "Tell me more about your tribe," Lily said, curious about Kale's life. Kale sighed, looking up at the branches swaying gently above them. "My tribe values strength and power above all. I was always different. I believe in helping others, not hurting them. That is why I left." "I'm glad you did," Lily replied softly. "You saved me. You showed me that strength can be something beautiful." Kyle turned to her, its eyes shining. "And you showed me that humans can be strong, too. You fought when it mattered." They sat in comfortable silence, watching the sun dip lower in the sky. As the colors changed from bright yellow to soft orange, Lily felt a sense of peace. She realized this was not just a new location, it was a new beginning. "We can build a new life here," Lily said, her voice filled with hope. "We can find more people and create a community." Kale nodded. "Yes. Together, we can make this a safe place for others. We can teach them to be strong just like you." Excitement bubbled within Lily. "Imagine having friends here. We could all work together and protect each other." Kyle smiled, the warmth of camaraderie glowing between them. "Let us start small. We can gather food and build a shelter. We will be ready for anything." As night fell, they began to prepare for their new life in the valley. With each task, their bond grew stronger. They worked side by side, sharing stories, laughter, and dreams of a brighter future. In that moment, Lily realized that she had found more than just safety. She had found a true friend and a partner in adventure. Together, they would face whatever challenges came their way, ready to carve a new path filled with hope, courage, and the promise of a better tomorrow.